Ridge Runner Nation, we are back and better than ever with a new edition of the Weekly Rundown. This week we've got results from the Columbus Marathon, Big's Backyard Ultra, and more. I'll tell you what you need to know about the world of running and highlight all of your fun activities from the world of Strava. Oh, and today we've got a special treat for you.
What's going on, Ridge Runner Nation? It's been way too long. I had to step away to finish school. I moved to a new city, and I'm coming to you from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I cannot wait to connect with Ridge Runner Nation on a regular basis again. With that, John, let's kick off my favorite segment, the Paul Barty Streak.
Thanks, Wesley. It is good to have you back on the show. Ridge Runner Nation has missed you. Paul Barty extended his half marathon streak to 463 and 464 straight weeks on Monday. Yeah, we're doing 2 weeks this time. Part with Dave H. Barty is about 600 miles from something. I'm not sure what it is. And as for the long sleeves, I'd rather be in shorts than a t-shirt. I'm not sure about this cold weather stuff. First up in race results is the annual Nationwide Children's Hospital Columbus Marathon. Celebrating its 40th anniversary this year, if you're looking for a road marathon, the Columbus Marathon is one of the best out there. There are tons of people both running and watching the race. There's bands pretty much every mile, and there's just a lot of energy from all the spectators. It's really exciting, and you can easily forget how many miles you have left observing all of the fun sideline activities. A big congrats to all Ridge Runner Nation members who took part in the race. My Strava feed was full of it. I was just like, what in the what? Shout out to Michael Owen for finishing 18th overall out of 3,593 racers, averaging a quick, speedy 5:55 per mile. I'm excited to see what he does at JFK this year. This year, it was a race to the finish between first and second, with first place taking first by only a few inches, and that was Sammy Rodich in 2 hours, 15 minutes, 5 seconds, besting Elijah Riggett. First place female went to Fane Gudetto in 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 29 seconds. Congrats to all of the Columbus Marathon runners.
Big's Backyard Ultra took place in Tennessee a week back. Everyone knows this race, right? Alright, well if you don't, here's the rundown in 10 seconds.
Runners have to run 4.1667 mile loops for as long as they can. They must finish every loop in under 1 hour. Every minute before the 1 hour is the time they get to rest before the next loop starts. 12 hours, or 50 miles, is on trail, and the other 12 hours and 50 miles is on road. This event goes on for days.
Great. Now that everyone is up to speed, this year we saw a stacked field. Maggie Gutterl won the race, running 250 miles over 60 hours. She became the first female to beat all of the men and the women in the race. My favorite part of the story is she predicted she would win back in April. Shooters shoot. How did everyone else do? Well, I'm not quite interested because everyone else DNF'd. Congrats, Maggie.
With Halloween right around the corner, there's no shortage of spooky runs. The Norwich Halloween races are creepy, spooky, and a bit mysterious. They're held by the Norwich Trail Runs. They claim you can Halloween this Halloween and score the best treats out on the course. I love puns. Runners start and end in this postcard town of Norwich, Vermont, before tackling enough climbs to make you tremble in fear. The race consists of a 50K, marathon, and half marathon distance. Colin Hemis took the first place spot in the 50K with a time of 4 hours and 8 minutes, while Dylan Broderick took first place female and fourth overall with a time of 4 hours and 25 minutes. First place in the marathon distance went to Katie Beebe in 3 hours and 39 minutes. Congrats to all the Norwich Halloween racers. I hope the course wasn't too scary for you. I'll send it back over to Wesley for a new segment.
And now for our new segment, A Call to the Nation. This new segment features you guys, Ridge Runner Nation. Each week, you guys will have the opportunity to send us a video that could potentially be featured on the show. This week, our only participant this week was Cam Wrench from Chicago. So let's send it out to Cam now.
Hey, what's up, Ridge Runner Nation? This is Cam coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. You may know me as that guy who wore the really big white hat at the Backyard Ultra, or as the guy who always trains with Alex and Wesley and Travis and Jamie and then doesn't perform as well at races. Anyways, this is a lovely 38-degree morning with rain. Perfect Chicago weather. Showing you guys the wonderful trails that we have within city limits. It's no Stroud's Run, but it's something. And here we have, as you'll see, one of the only hills in the city. Okay, and we're at the top now. That was around 10 feet of elevation gain, I think. Anyways, come to Chicago. The weather is kind of the same as Ohio, and we have a big shiny bean. So we got that going for us. See you later.
All right, Cam, I hope you can get some more hill training in up there. Seems like that one's not gonna cut it for what's to come for you, so best of luck.
Now, on to our news section. As a reminder, this section we're going to cover news that we find is relevant and important and exciting to share. So let's get into it with Wesley's first blah blah blah. Popeyes? Really? Popeyes? Whatever. I'm not a fan.
In other news, the Popeyes fried chicken sandwich returns November 3rd. Yep, that's it. That's the story right there. So keep your eyes out for the Popeyes fried chicken sandwich. Apparently it's pretty popular. It's making its return, so it's got to be somewhat good. So if you see that on the trails or in your life, you might want to give another shout. So I know I haven't had it, so I'll be looking November 3rd. I'll be in line. Not sponsored.
So there's this new thing out there called swim run. Have you heard of this style of event? Because I haven't until just very recently. Apparently this is a multi-stage competition race that involves running and swimming over a course that has at least 2 transitions between the run and swim stages. This can be a solo, but it's generally made up of teams that are typically 2 or 3 people and can be either single or mixed gender. You also have to stay close to your teammate and carry all the equipment with you during the entire race, meaning that you have to lug your swimming gear with you while you run and lug your running gear while you swim, which probably doesn't sound fun. Originating in Sweden sometime around the early 2000s, this style of event has been gaining traction over the years and is considered one of the fastest growing endurance sports out there. Like I said, if you heard about this race style, let us know in the comments below. I'm not really much of a swimmer, but the concept seems kind of really cool.
In other news this week, we saw Ohio's Backyard Ultra registration open up. This was a super exciting event that I actually had the opportunity to take part in last year, and I cannot wait to return next year. Who will be with me, and who will be the last person standing? Last year I predicted myself to win, and something tells me I will not change my prediction for next year.
Now for our Strava rundown, remember if you want to get noticed on the rundown, join the Ridge Runners Club on Strava by visiting that link in the description below. Alex Gold was experiencing the Shawnee State Forest for the first time and is apparently in love with it. And I really can't blame him, it's absolutely gorgeous down there. He said this was his first ever week going over 10,000 feet of elevation without actually being in a race. Congrats on that, and we're glad to see you enjoying the Shawnee State Forest. And with that, thanks for tuning into this week's rundown from the Ridge Runners. Be sure to check back next week to stay updated on all things trail and ultra, mostly east of the Mississippi. In addition, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell below, wherever it's at, if you want to be notified every time we release a new video. And if you enjoy our shows, we would really appreciate you giving it a share with your friends and smashing that like button. I'm your host, John Dolovecki, and we'll see you next week on the Weekly Rundown.